How Asmon survived his youth. This video has 400,000 views. Yeah, this is me. This is my first driver's license photo. I was 16 in this, and I think I was like 22 or 23 in this. Yeah, so this is like way, way back in the day. 3,000 years ago.
Every day for the past 4 or 5 years.
Oh, God.
I've had to take painkillers every night to where I'm not in agonizing pain.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was a bad time.
That's me.
For many
my
people,
teeth.
my existence is a soulless,
Asmongold is a fascist.
degenerate
millionaire who has cockroaches crawling on him because he can't throw out his fast food garbage.
You know, I've got a story to tell you guys, and this
Oh,
story involves
man.
some bullshit.
I like kind of being the villain.
He is
It's like the intro. It's like, this is like, oh yeah, how this guy ended up murdering 17 people.
amazing.
Oh my God.
I am an animal.
I am,
Jesus.
almost 30 now, and I play video games
Almost 30 now? Oh, shit.
all day. I live with my mom.
What are you most excited about?
People that like
Oh, God, bro. I remember this. So this was the same time that I remember I was dancing around her with like a plastic axe, and I was bouncing it around her head, and I accidentally bonked her on the head. She got so fucking mad.
people that like hate me for living the way that I do.
It's mainly the people that push themselves into a
Oh,
circular
yeah.
hole whenever they're a square peg.
Asmongold is in the final stage of becoming a roach.
Is that true? The metamorphosis is almost complete.
Triangle. I'm not like any.
Oh my God, bro. Like, this is just at Walmart being a retard. Just literally being a retard at Walmart.
Of this other stuff. I'm myself.
Asmongold makes millions of dollars
Yeah.
per year, yet he lives
It's a
the
lot.
same life in the same house where he once lived on food stamps while taking care of his mother.
Yeah?
I lived this exact same life whenever I was 21. Like, if you go
Yeah.
back and you watch videos of me from literally over 10 years ago, you're watching this. This is
Yeah, I was like 19 in this, maybe 20. Man. That is insane.
the same person.
Yeah, that was my desk, by the way. I got this one last night. Yeah, it's the
I did.
same drink.
He's one of the most watched streamers and in many ways the most unique personality to get as successful as he is. But being
That's probably true. There's a lot of... See, I think that's the reason why a lot of people are vexed by me. Is that I am a person who has done everything wrong. I didn't care about school. I don't care about other people's opinions. I don't care about how I look. I don't care about what other people think. I don't care about really anything. It's still gone well. And I think the reason and what happened is that the fact that that's the case, I think that a lot of people see that and it makes them mad because they did follow all the rules. They did do what they were supposed to do. And their situation isn't what they want it to be. That's the reason why. That's why they're mad.
an outlier has been part of his identity since
Yeah.
childhood.
As a kid, I always felt like I was very different from a lot of other people. People
jeez.
thought that I was a little bit off, a little bit weird. I've always had a big problem
Yep.
with being able to like relate to other people.
Yeah, I think that growing up, I was just very used to just detaching myself from
Yeah.
things and accepting things for how they are.
Fuck
I
it.
live in Austin, Texas.
I do.
I've lived here pretty much my whole life. I moved here when I was like 6 months old.
We didn't
Yeah.
live in the projects, right?
Oh my God, bro. Like back in the dark ages. In the dark ages. That's my KFC shirt. I remember this real well.
But we were one of the poorer families in a working class neighborhood.
Yeah.
His mom and I were separated for a while, and then we got divorced.
My parents are divorced, and I lived with my mom.
I grew up very poor.
We basically barely
Yep.
skated by most of the time.
My mom, you guys got to understand that, like, we would literally, my mom, she would have $20 in her wallet with no $20 on the horizon. She didn't have a job. There's no money coming in. I'm like, can we get Taco Bell? She's like, I don't know how much money I've got $20. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, let's go. That was it. Did not even think about it. Yeah, didn't you still have a home? No, things could have been worse for me, but yeah, we were very poor. Like, she made under poverty, like, every year, basically. That's why, that's how we got food stamps.
And primarily the reason for that, honestly, is because my dad.
Yeah.
My dad always paid child support, etc., at least until I was 18.
When you were growing up poor, like, tell me
I was
about
like 17
what it was like
or
to
16
go
in
to school.
this. Oh, it would suck, right? I mean, like, especially if everybody else had X or Y thing and I didn't have it. This is whenever I was a little kid, by the way. Keep this in mind. Like, by the time that I was in high school, I loved going to school. I never skipped school. I never did. Because that's where all my friends were. But, like, elementary school and middle school, like, you know, there were some good times and some bad times, right? Is that you? I was 17 in this. You know, there would be many times whenever I wouldn't have something that it felt like everybody else would have, or I wouldn't be able to do something that everybody else could do. No, I never did.
I couldn't look forward to something that everybody else could look forward to.
Oh, this is whenever we would play Smash Brothers in class.
And it did feel bad to be like that one person that didn't have it.
This early challenge taught Zach a powerful truth that's going to become the core of his personality.
I cared a lot about wearing Nike. I cared a lot about wearing nice shoes.
You know, I really tried to you know, like, take myself seriously.
I remember my mom bought me a really expensive pair of shoes at CatDany, and it was awesome. And
it was $100. It was a lot of money.
People would think I was cool, etc.
You know, I tried to have
They did, by the way. It was a really great pair of shoes.
a good impression, do the right things, say the right things, wear the right things, be the right kind of person.
These types of things and the materialism
Me
of it
and Lowell, this was our first day of school in 2005. Yeah, first day of school, 2005, grade 10.
very appealing to me. It was very important to me. It was part of who I was as a person. I basically allowed...
Man, those were the fucking days. With the Halo 2 t-shirt on. Yep, that's right. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I remember he would come over at 7 in the morning. Or 8 in the morning. Yeah, no, it was 7 in the morning. And we would play video games. We'd play Halo. And then our two other friends would come over. And we would be doing 4-player split-screen Halo at 7:30 in the morning. And then we would go to the bus stop at like 8:15. And I remember we would sing Baptist church hymns, but nobody knew any of the lyrics. So we would just add in Jesus every once in a while. And then we get on the bus and we listen to Kanye West, and we'd yell out the window at people at 8:30 in the morning, calling them the N-word and the F-word. And then sometimes we'd throw rocks at them. But usually that was on the way back home. Yep. And this was all before school.
And I basically allowed that to kind of be part of what I identified myself as. That was the case all through elementary school and also all through middle school. The real formative moment for me personally was in high school. At the very beginning, I went to a more upscale, a richer high school.
Much more superficial, much more, like, you know, like a higher
Did
class
not like
high school,
this.
because my dad wanted me to go there.
That the kids would drive the Hummers to school.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very obvious that these kids did not buy their cars from their McDonald's part-time job, okay?
I didn't really fit in there.
They were very brand conscious. They were very conscientious about what they would wear, how they would look, how they would appear.
People are very, very conscientious now about how they're perceived. And I think that the internet has magnified this and made it worse. I see people all the time who do things that they don't even want to do, but it's because they are worried about being seen a certain way or not being seen a certain way. They're totally controlled by the opinions of other people. And I think that to some degree everybody is, but to the degree that some people are, it's really unhealthy.
And whenever I looked at those people, I thought it was so superficial and so worthless and so meaningless that it was just very off-putting and weird to me. I was also looking in a mirror, and I realized that those people are doing this same thing. I was just doing it to a lesser extent. And if I had as much money
Look at
as
all
they
those
did,
teeth. Oh my God. This was me in Austin at Taco Bell. Holy fucking shit. I remember this is whenever Cataclysm came out. Yep. Fuck. The original teeth? Yeah, that was version 1.
I'd be just like them.
And at that point, I realized that
Bro. Just a fucking retard. Just an absolute fucking retard. Am I doing a gang sign? Yeah. Just...
like them.
And at that point,
Yeah.
I realized that I didn't really want to be like other people, and I had to develop, I guess, my own identity. Then I ended up getting transferred over, and I went to the school where my friends were.
Yeah.
Fucking quit!
Oh
It was
my
at an
God,
early
bro.
age that he began developing hyper-competitiveness and love for games.
He was always into video games.
Oh
Computer
god.
nerds? Yeah, I was basically a computer nerd in a lot of ways, yeah.
When he could not stand up, we had a big ottoman. He would be leaning on that thing, playing.
I will never forget whenever my dad was like, do you know what they used to call black people in the 60s? And Tectone is like, I don't know, the N-word? And my dad goes, no, worse than that. Who says this?
Mario.
Well, I would go and I would repair the computer,
Yeah.
so like different classes. It's really fun. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Cameron, what just happened in the game?
Oh god.
You know how mad he gets when he loses something or he fucks up on the games?
Eric, what just happened in the game? I lost. Wow.
You know what? You want to know something funny about Eric now? Is he's bald. He's bald now.
I lost. Wow.
I'd be sitting at the table and I'd be
Yeah.
here.
He says you're
And-
next.
Yeah,
That's what he told me.
He starts getting all, and then he throws the controller down.
So who'd you lose to?
Yeah, this is how obnoxious and annoying I was. I was like, who won, who lost, and I wanted Eric to just say that I was the one that won.
Yeah.
And he throws himself on the floor. No.
I wanted a video camera whenever I was 11 years old.
I've been
So
making
obnoxious.
videos and doing
I am so fucking obnoxious, it's insane.
videos, and I've always been interested with like film and everything like that.
Yeah.
I've been making videos ever since I was 8 or 9 years old with
That's
my
about
friend's
right.
video camera.
That's Zach and Cody. Holy shit. Yeah. Oh, and there's Cameron too. I see the top of his head. Yep.
With my friend's video camera. On Christmas 2001, I was 11. My dad got me a video camera for Christmas, and ever since then I've been making my own videos.
This was exactly when I hit her in the head with the battle axe. And this was right before the video where we went to Walmart. Yep. Because I was dancing around her with the axe, and then I lost hold of it, and it bonked her on the head. You can even hear it in the video. I was uploading videos to MySpace.
I've always
I
loved
was.
the idea of making videos and sharing my life and sharing...
Yeah. It's been a long time, boys. It's been a long road.
things that I think are funny with other people.
Like if I was born in like today's day and age, I would have unironically been 6 or 7 years old uploading content to YouTube.
In
Yeah.
2006,
I had my mom record that video.
Zach stepped into a world that would shape his life in ways he could never have imagined.
I started playing WoW in 2006 in July.
Yeah.
I bought the game, and I didn't ever even play it. I bought the game from this kid at school in my computer class. I take the game home and I put it on my bookshelf, and I just didn't really think about it for probably 3 or 4 months. My buddy had just come back from the summer because
This is actually not this guy. It was the other guy on the computer. It was, where's the image? I don't know if it shows it again. But yeah, it was Zach. Zach was the one that, it was, Lowell never got into WoW. We tried to get him to play it, he wouldn't play it.
His dad lives up the street, so he had just showed up, and we had been playing Halo and all that other stuff. And so we didn't really, we were kind of bored of playing Halo. Like, we would just get up and play Halo and then go back to bed. That's it. That's all we do. You saw that I had in my bookshelf, I had this this little box, and it was a World of Warcraft game. He's like, dude, you have World of Warcraft? I'm like, yeah, I have the game.
It was a smaller
like,
one,
dude,
but
this
yes.
is the best fucking game.
Yeah.
You know, so the first thing I do is I go to YouTube, I look up World of Warcraft, and I see a video of this mage soloing a dragon, and I'm like...
It was a Fax Monkey video. I remember this very well. And yeah, like, I was like, oh, is this game any good? And I watched a video of it, of like a guy soloing a dragon. I said, this is the coolest shit ever.
This is the most badass fucking game in the world.
Like a young Asmongold, I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser.
And you can see, can you guys see why nobody was taking me seriously? Can you see why that happened? Why did everybody think I was retarded?
I wasn't taken seriously by anyone. I was a 16-year-old loser. I would go to school. The teachers would treat me like a fucking idiot because I wasn't a fucking idiot.
There you go.
It's not like, oh wow,
that's right.
You know, they're so mean to me. No, they're not mean to me. It's because I was a fucking idiot. You have your friends that are planning out, you know, I want to be
I don't
this.
I don't remember what this even is.
That. And they're talking about going to school and going to college. You have friends that have had girlfriends at that time, like 3 years. They're talking about actually, you know, being really
fighting with sticks in the backyard.
You know, things get more serious between the two of them.
Yep.
Life is progressing onward, and for me personally,
man.
I always felt like it wasn't really it wasn't progressing for me.
You know, that kind of changed a little bit whenever I went in the Burning Crusade.
It's your fault for acting stupid.
Was whenever we went to Steak and Shake, remember?
Sure, I remember.
Flash,
oh, there she is.
And fixation are the features that contribute to the addiction that millions cannot shake.
And everybody was there. We were getting there.
Yeah.
Waiting for the World of Warcraft expansion to come out.
I'm sorry for my girlfriend, because I'm just going to keep playing.
For an online game called World of Warcraft.
If I actually took the week off the launch of the game so I could sit there and play it all day and don't have to worry about working.
There's a new version that's about to erupt.
That's what happened for me too. Is that the next day after Burning Crusade came out, it was a snow day at school. And it legitimately made me believe in God. I was like, there's no way this happened on its own. There's no way.
On the scene.
And I come from Mexico just to get Burning Crusade.
Damn.
And we went home and loaded up.
Yeah.
She would be on that fucking game. This is all she did, by the way. Is she would just go and sit there and fucking buy and sell shit. She had so much money in the game, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so the game comes out, and it puts me on an even playing field for the first time in my life with anybody else.
You know, I became a successful player, and then a successful officer, and then a successful raid leader in my guild.
So Zach, what have you been trying to push the guild to do?
Wow. It's not, you know, how
what have I been trying to push the guild? You know what I was trying to push the guild to do in that video? Kill a bunch of critters for a guild achievement.
They are, how old they are, what credentials they have, or
that's
anything
what I was
like
doing.
that. The only thing that matters is the effort that I can put into game versus the effort that they can put into the game.
I went from having people like call me, you know, loser or whatever, to like complimenting me and like saying, you know, you've been working, you know, this is like, you know, your character's really great, you know, you're doing a lot of DPS, you're a great leader, and so all this sort of stuff. And
for a young Asmongold, this acceptance meant the world.
I was just then...
Well, it's not even really the acceptance. I think that what it really was that, like, if you're a young guy, video games are one of the first places that you can get into where you're actually on an even playing field against people that have a structural advantage in real life. And I think that's the reason why video games and, like, those types of games appeal so much to young men. Is that you can have a place where you can seek validation and have a victory in that game that is owned by you. And, you know, you're not, and like the fact is, like, obviously everybody knows, like, now that we're older, right, we know, like, you know, kids kind of have an advantage because they don't have anything else they have to do, right? But, like, whenever you're a kid, you don't really see it that way, and you feel like, okay, finally, like, we're on the same playing field and I'm succeeding. And I think that's why a lot of young guys get so addicted to games.
You know, like
it's not that deep. It is. It is.
To
it's
become
even
an
deeper.
upperclassman in high school, going from like a boy into a man. You know, and it was the first time that I was really.
That was a long time ago.
And interacting with people that were older than me.
Damn,
and
bro, like my World of Warcraft. I remember we took this photo because the room was clean. Don't think that like the room was always clean. It was not.
Actually becoming part of the world at large rather than just a small group of friends and then school. And I think that gave me a certain amount of self-esteem that you can't really get anywhere else.
Yeah. His love for making videos and his passion for World of Warcraft.
This was so like, this is the way WoW used to be. Is that like right here, this was like 2 days after I killed the Lich King. And like Zach and all of his friends from Waco were down. Like, you know, these are like, you know, fucking 10 guys that like I've known for fucking like almost 20 years, 15, 20 years at this point. And they came down and they were like, so what was it like? beating the Lich King. What was it like, bro? Tell us about it. What happened? And they were all over at my house, and this was in the morning, and I was just like, I don't fucking know, bro. We just killed him, right? Like, that's all it was.
For World of Warcraft merged in the next hobby he took on.
I made my YouTube channel right after I graduated from high school. Joined like that, August 29th, 2008.
I made this YouTube channel because I was going to go to school in the spring. I was ready to go to business school, and I had been accepted. And what happened is my mom got sick. I felt that I kind of had to stay home, and so I kind of was taking care of her and helping her.
Oh, jeez. This is a bad time.
What's up, y'all? It's me. It's your boy, Asmongold. I made this YouTube channel just because, you know, as I said, I've always loved doing videos, and I've always loved. To
be fair, like in this, like there's a bit of a disconnect that didn't happen in 2008. It was in 2013, 2014, right? So like the 2008 YouTube channel was like just a personal one that I had made for myself.
Warcraft, obviously. And so I decided at that point that, you know, I would take that time and I would really do what, you know, a lot of people had been asking me to do. You know, I just kind of wanted to make these videos and help people. And today we're going to be talking about something big. It's about how to get achievements.
All I did back then was make WoW guide videos. That was all I did. Today, I want to show you guys how to solo Mythic Blackhand to farm for the Ironhoof Destroyer. I would literally just Google
Remember, I would do giveaways for carries for those mounts.
Something, and I'd be like, this guide sucks, I can do it better. And then I'd go up there and I'd do it better.
Today we're going to learn how to farm Borean leather.
At the same time this was happening, like a lot of my friends were obviously going through college, finishing college, you know, having girlfriends, like moving in and everything. And I was worried about, you know, number one, my mom dying. Number two, being homeless.
At this point,
that wasn't a good time.
I pretty much had no money. You know, my mom didn't have a job. I didn't have a job.
This was 2011 or 2012.
This was the time where I was pretty much, ironically, at the peak of my degeneracy.
Oh my God. By the way, the place where I fell through the ceiling was right here. So I basically fell where I fell where the Christmas tree was. Dual wielding? Oh yeah.
I was probably one of the highest rated warriors in WoW.
Exactly.
At the time.
Important.
Great,
very
but,
important.
Not necessarily in real life.
I went to the dentist and they did like a complete, I don't know, like a diagnosis or an exam on my mouth. And
bunch of
they said it would be
x-rays.
$50,000 to get all my
That's a lot of
teeth
money.
and everything fixed.
If you look at my old videos,
Not
a lot
good.
of my old videos, you'd notice that when I smile, I cover my mouth when I smile.
And if I didn't do that, I would lose my teeth, and that'd be pretty much it.
Throughout the next 7 years, I was not able to afford dental care, and I was not able to afford really any sort of medical care whatsoever.
I would have these toothaches that would get so bad that I would pass out from the pain.
Yeah. And you can see, by the way, like this is what I'm saying. Like, if you look at my face now versus then, that's why my face was so caved in then. Is because I didn't have any teeth. That was it.
A lot of my teeth fell out.
During this period, Zach tried a few jobs, but none lasted very long.
Worked at the IRS for a while, tried to work at Sam's Club.
Well, I never wanted a job. That was one of the reasons why I didn't have a job, is I didn't want one. Like, all I really wanted to do was collect government welfare and jerk off and play video games. That was all I wanted to do. There was never any sort of grand design. What do you want to be whenever you grow up? Nothing. Nothing. Didn't your dad give you a lot of shit for that? He did. He did not like anything that I did. Like, growing up, he was so, like, the way that I looked at everything was the exact opposite way that he wanted me to look at it. Absolutely.
Didn't really go very well.
Zach. That's me, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought that I would just have a shitty job, play video games for my whole life, and then die.
I was not motivated to go to school
Hey.
or to get a job. And let me fucking tell you something. After working at Sam's Club for one goddamn day, I put in more applications that night than I had put in the last fucking 3 years of my life.
The shitty job is actually a lot more shitty than I thought it would be.
The first day I come home, and the first thing that I do is I look up enrollment for like the colleges. And before that, I worked for the IRS.
Oh, I used to work at the
I love working at the IRS. I hated working at Sam's. That's why I quit.
So we would have to process documents, right, for like, tax purposes and everything. Before I started streaming, I was in business school. I already had one business degree, and I was getting another one to transfer over to UT Law or maybe Baylor, depending on which one I would get accepted to. Yeah. And then I told my dad. My dad was very happy about this, right? Then I decided to play World of Warcraft instead.
What's up, y'all? It's me, it's your boy Asmongold, and today I've kind of got a little bit.
I had originally. So the reason why I dropped out is that I was making $1,500 a month. And I was like, okay, well, I can make a living on $1,500 a month. Why would I need more than $1,500 a month? So I just, if I'm already making the money and I don't have the degree, what the hell do I need the degree for? So I just dropped out of school. Yeah, that was it. I said, okay, well, fuck. But it's that simple, right?
Announcement to make is that I'm going to start streaming.
And my dad, like the whole law school thing? Like, yeah. Would you apply? I'm like, no, I'm going to make videos about World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
And so I started streaming.
He was not a fan of that originally at all.
Kind of whenever I was bored. I remember it was like my dad went on a vacation.
And I would usually have dinner with my dad. And then I basically had no responsibilities. I had nothing that I had to do.
And so a lot of days whenever I would normally go over to his house, I would just, instead go and stream.
Put yourself in debt?
Listen, dude. The Asmongold struggle right at the very fucking beginning of streaming, that was a grind. That was a fucking grind.
I started streaming
I was uploading videos every single day.
Very seriously on a very regular basis.
I pretty much stopped interacting with a lot of friends of mine because I focused pretty much just on streaming and on making this as much as possible.
Did you guys ever fight about this? All the time. There was a lot of friction with me and my dad growing up. If you want me to be honest, there's a tremendous amount of friction. I would be so mad at him for a lot of things because he would basically my dad, in some ways he would care about what I thought, but in other ways he wouldn't. Basically what he thought about things would always overrule what I thought about things. And so he would try to, growing up, he would definitely try to, put me into places that I didn't want to be in. And that's the reason why I'm so resolute. It's one of the reasons why I'm so resolute about, pushing away from anybody who is pushy, right? Anybody, because he was a very pushy person. And to me, if that happens to me, it's a trigger for me, right? If somebody tries to push me into something, I immediately am just totally fucking out of it, right? Because I hate being treated that way. I hate it. I never liked it at all. And so it seemed like his stern dad. Yeah, he was very, very he would be very harsh in a lot of cases, right? So that's my dad. Yeah, when you start accepting what you wanted to do. Well, I never really, and this is gonna maybe sound odd, but I have never cared about my parents' approval about anything. If my parents weren't happy with what I did, it didn't even register to me because the only thing, I didn't care about what anybody thought, right? Because I looked at it as this is my life. Why would I, it didn't make sense to me that you would even consider another person's feelings, right? Why would you even think about what they're thinking or how they feel? It's your life, right? That was always how I would base my decisions off of. Surely he thought that would be best for you? Well, he obviously is going to try to help, right? And nobody's perfect, but I'm just saying that's what happened. When he started making big money in a month, I bet he accepted he was wrong. Well, I don't think he really was wrong. He would support me in doing it, but he at the same time, in school, he always wanted me to he wanted me to do the things that you're supposed to do. And I didn't want to do those things. It was that simple. Yeah, it must be nice. I don't have intrusive parents. Well, no, he was extremely intrusive, he was. And so, do you think if things weren't different, if it didn't work in the sense that you stopped doing something for self-sabotaging? Yeah, I'm sure I've self-sabotaged in certain things. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, Asmon doesn't believe in the golden rule. Well, I do, but at the same time, my golden rule is that I live my life for myself. I don't consider anybody else or anybody else's feelings whenever I make decisions for what I want to do. Period. I only think about what I want and how I feel. That's it. And that's not, by the way, that's not a bad thing. Again, the people that don't like that are people that want to control you.
And I started doing that regularly, and it started doing really well.
I streamed every single night. I was very dedicated. I tried to make things as entertaining as possible.
Like, there's a lot of people who it takes them a long time for them to get popular, and I kind of did that work on YouTube.
Whenever I was doing YouTube, that was whenever I really had to grind.
This was New Year's.
Because I did YouTube a lot farther before streaming.
Streaming was
Whenever
easy.
I went onto Twitch, people kind of knew who I was because I had a couple of like semi-viral videos in like the WoW community at that time. And then I started like getting a lot more popular on Twitch, and things kind of just snowballed from there.
Asmongold is now one of the most watched streamers, and over time, his content has expanded to political and social commentary.
That is the largest political commentator in North America right now.
Broadening his audience while occasionally drawing him into controversies.
I'm on MSNBC.
Video game streamers, Asmongold, who said he's out there acting like he's guilty.
My mom.
About those Epstein files. Yeah, I remember that.
And for the past 10 years, I've taken care of her. I've been, in a way, a caretaker for her.
Oh, jeez.
She was 70 years old. She was overweight. She smoked. And she basically lived her life like a college freshman.
Alright. This is my mom.
Yep.
She's been playing for a long time. She's on Warcraft.
So I spent so much time with her and with only her.
Yeah.
How do you think about this?
That's what got her, by the way, the fucking cigarettes.
Smoking for 50 years gives you something called COPD.
Since she was 16.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's playing on a Nintendo 64.
Yeah, she would roll her own cigarettes, and my dad would always criticize her because she said, you know, your mother could never roll a joint for shit, and nothing changed. Even in 50 years, she couldn't figure it out. And the thing is that he was right. He was completely fucking right. She couldn't. She could never figure it out after 50 years.
Do you think you're gonna go for server first, level 85?
She went for server last.
I think not.
Really?
And over the years, it's just gotten worse. That's the way the disease works.
What's holding you back?
My lack of skill.
At least she's honest.
Man. That was a long time ago. It's crazy how long that was.
Asmongold stands as a polarizing figure because he embodies a rare online authenticity. His words aren't crafted for approval, but spoken exactly as he sees them. It is this
That's the problem.
honesty that allows people to see themselves in him, making his character deeply relatable despite the controversies around him.
It was a good video. Yeah, it was nice. Some of these, I forgot I even had some of these videos up on the internet. Like the one with asking her if she's going to get to like level 60 or level 85. Like, I forgot all about this. And I even forgot that I had her on camera, even on stream, talking about Burning Crusade release. I forgot a lot about this. Yeah. And the comments, what are the comments on this? Yeah, this video has so many views. Holy shit. Yeah, I'll link you guys the video. I thought it was pretty nice. And your old videos have been hitting the YouTube algorithm like crazy. Well, that's probably not a good thing. Yeah, I'd say that's probably bad. Watching people talk about you today is weird and dystopian. I don't really ever think about it. Yeah, it's not really a thing to me. I never really gave a shit. I mean, it's... People would talk about me whenever I was younger too, because I would always do things that would get people to talk about me, and usually they weren't good. Like, I will say that. I mean, usually these were not the right decisions. Like, for example, I remember I was in a sociology class, and I said that we should use people that are disabled for medical testing, like guinea pigs. And that was the last time that I was included in conversations. That was about it. Like, that was the last time that they were like, well, what do you think? And I said what I thought, and they said, okay, well, anyway, let's get back to being normal. And that was it. Shock. Yes, exactly. Well, what the fuck? Well, no, it's just like, I mean, I don't know. That's just how I think. Yeah, I was like 17. Were you wrong, though? I mean, I think you're kind of wrong. I mean, you probably should do it to people that are bad rather than people that are disabled. I mean, like, I've changed my opinion. Like, I don't think you should do it to people that are disabled. They didn't do anything wrong. You've got plenty of other, like, you know, rapists and stuff like that. If you're going to use anybody for medical testing, you should use them. Right? I mean, like, so it's just really a matter of priorities more than anything else. So, yeah. And what about bad disabled people? Well, I mean, there you go. And videos is why I like you. Don't always agree with you, but, you know, you're being honest. Yeah. and video with Grant. Well, I have to go back and see it again. And gonna be honest, he looked quite good when he was younger. Not even joking. I don't know why I read that one. And he's really grown on me in the past few years. Yeah, I mean, I have simply just been. I don't know. I've just been myself, right? I do what I do, and that's it. I mean, fuck. I don't really think about it too much. There's an article protecting you from cruel, humane torture. Yeah, I guess so. And that's the problem, isn't it? You should watch Steven Crowder's video. He talks about you. That's on the show. I'd have to go back and see it. I think I already saw that though, but I'm not certain. But yeah, you're into music videos on YouTube. Yeah, I might look at it later on. But he didn't cover your PvP achievements. He beat Soda and Wreckful at 2400 rating. Yeah, I did actually. I remember that. Yeah, that was in Wrath of the Lich King. I think it was Leaving Legacy for Kids. I don't have any kids or anything like that. No. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. Like, I mean, I feel like for a long time, this is kind of just what I've done, and it's kind of crazy. Like, I mean, growing up, like, I was actually very happy. Like, things were great growing up. Like, obviously, like, it wasn't perfect, but you know, in a general sense, it was actually quite enjoyable. I was quite happy about it. So yeah, it is kind of weird for me to see that, man. It really is. Holy fucking shit. And yeah, there you go. You need to pass on. You need to pass on your legacy? Well, I don't know about that. I mean, like, I am a soulless degenerate animal. And so generally, you know, girls are not particularly interested in that. And I don't blame them, if you want me to be honest. I don't. I think it makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, there you go. Any advice for new content creators? Just be yourself, do what you want to do, and then try not to spend all your time on something that doesn't work. That's my advice, right? And, yeah, opposites attract. That's what I thought until it didn't work. So, yeah.